to welcome you to our second group to be inducted into the Beta Club. Last year was our first group, and we are excited to be able to do this again and recognize these wonderful boys and girls for all of their accomplishments. This is a real honor to be able to present these certificates and let them become a member of the Beta Club. For those of you who I haven't met, I'm Cindy Coggins, the principal, and up here on the stage with me are our two teachers who are Beta Club sponsors, Mrs. Laurie Garner and Mrs. Tamar Pugh. So we're glad to have them, and they're responsible for getting all of this together and helping us recognize our students this morning. I'm going to turn it over to them and let them get started. I'm going to raise this a little bit, all just a little bit taller, so we don't have to.
I want to explain a little bit about what the Junior Beta Club is and how you are able to be inducted into the Beta Club and the qualifications that you have to meet in order to do that, so that everybody knows, because it's really quite an honor to be inducted into the Junior Beta Club. And it's like the stepping stone for when you get into middle school and high school and they have Beta Club. It's not Junior Beta Club. And it can open doors for you and give you wonderful experiences, particularly with service, with service, a service in mind. So some of the creed, I need to put it in front of me so I can see. Some of the specific qualifications that we look for in students that can be in Beta Club are characteristics of honesty, which is it's very necessary to form good character. Justice, that you're fair and you have a strong sense of fairness and being able to defend what is right. Service, where you are willing to help others and have that service mentality, that willingness to help other people. Cooperation, where you're willing to work closely with others in a friendly manner. And that's something that we'll be working on this year as we do some of your service projects. Responsibility, and that is accepting responsibility for your actions and what you do. Industriousness, having a mind that's alert, that wants to learn and understand, and with hands willing to perform. Humility, having a humbleness of spirit and the proper attitude so that you can have a good relationship with those that you work with. And then charity, which means love, having a warm and generous spirit that is gentle with others and kind. So that's the heart of the Beta Club creed. And in order to be inducted into the society, you have to have those characteristics and be working on developing those characteristics, and you also have to have good grades. That's the other thing. So you have to be an A-B student in order to be in Beta Club. So, without any further ado, let me talk a little bit about some of the service projects that we have planned. And we're going to be really focusing on trying to get the money raised to help support our school here, specifically with the playground. And it's not just our students that get to benefit from the playground, but there's also community people that come in from the neighborhood on the weekends, on the evenings, to walk the track, to let their children play on safe equipment. And so this is not just for us, but it's also for the community. So we are going to be doing pennies for playground. So we're going to be doing that. That's going to be ramping up here later in February and March. And so that's going to be a big thing the Beta Club is going to be helping with. And then they'll also be helping with the spring fling, either with setup or cleanup or ground beautification before and after, so that we make our school look great for all the people that will come in. Our first meeting is going to be this coming Wednesday, so this next Wednesday at 1:15. We're going to meet in Miss John's room. That's during your SSR reading time. So all the Beta Club students are going to go at 1:15 to Miss John's room, and we're going to have a meeting there to talk about the upcoming service projects. All right. At this time, I would like all of the Beta Club inductees to please stand. You should all be at the front. And it's time to do our creed and take the pledge. So if you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby declare that I shall always strive To be honest and truthful.
To be honest and truthful.
At all times.
At all times.
To maintain a credible scholastic record.
To maintain a credible scholastic record.
Good job. To be of service to my teachers.
To be of service to my teachers.
And fellow men.
And fellow men.
To conduct myself.
To conduct myself.
In an ethical and moral manner.
In an ethical and moral manner.
To reflect credit.
To reflect credit.
Upon my school and community.
Upon my school and community.
Okay, you can have a seat. And ladies and gentlemen, as I call the classes, I want to give you some instructions, Beta Club inductees, so listen very carefully. We'll be presenting these awards and certificates by class. So when your name is called, you'll come across, come up the stairs and around, and you'll receive a certificate and a pen. Ms. Coggins will be shaking hands. I'll be shaking hands. Ms. Gardner will be reading your names. And after you get your certificate, if you would come, just line up right here, and we're going to line up across. If you would hold applause until the very end, when we get everyone there, then we can give them all a big round of applause, and then we'll get your picture with your teacher if they're here. I know some of them are sick and out of town, but Ms. Garner and I will also be in those pictures. We'll get a quick picture, and then you can go back to your seat, and then we'll start with the next class. At the end, all of the Beta Club students, inductees, we're going to get you in for one big shot, and then parents and family are free to take pictures as you would like. Okay? Ms. Gardner. Okay.
All right, we are going to start with Ms. Putnam's class. I'm going to call your names, come up one at a time, and like we said, we will line you up so you can get your picture taken by class. First student, John Austin. Emma Babbitts. Elizabeth Barnes. JJ Bunny. Katie Davidson. Allison Dunlap.